Man said he won't date his type because he is broke. I don't know who to go with on this one first, though. I'm gonna actually play a video, but I don't know who I should pick to go first. I don't know if I'm gonna go with Carrie.
Shannon.
Well, yeah, okay, but I'm gonna go with Carrie and then I'm gonna go with Shannon because Carrie been trying to play it nice, play it cool. You know, Carrie. Carrie she trying to finesse us and try not to have a certain opinion or whatever like that, but it's okay. So all right, so I'm gonna play this really quickly, and then we gonna explore this conversation. Y'all ready? Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I gotta add it into the screen. There we go.
In a post from a woman on here that said the real reason she doesn't date attractive men is because basically, once you her type, you can get away with almost anything, and I 100% feel that. Like, I'm not gonna say I date ugly women because I don't, but like, I stay away from my type because my type has me spending money that I don't have, skipping work that I need to be doing, mentally going through all the fucking loops. And I don't want to go through no more circuses. I don't want to chase nobody. I only want what wants me. So I'm not going after my type. And my type is the traditional bad bitch. And I think that's everybody's type. But the bad bitch has a worse personality. That's all I'm saying. So I like women that like me as much as I like them, as well as have personality to go with looks, have smarts to go with looks. Like my type, all you got to do is be light skin, curly hair, and a nice body and a pretty face, and boom, here's my wallet. Here it all. Oh, you need your nails done? Don't worry, I got it. And nigga, I don't got it. I really don't got it. So that shit is like detrimental to my life. So I stay away from them.
So what he's basically saying is that, and it's a lot of women that got offended as a result of this, specifically the women that he did not describe. I will also tell you that this man lives with his parents. No, that's a fact. I'm telling y'all the truth. I'm giving y'all some context behind the conversation. He does live with his parents. He's saying that he's struggling.
How old is he?
I don't know how old he is.
Grown.
He's a grown man, but he does admit that he's living with his parents and he's trying to figure out life right now. But he's saying that he does not date his type because he can't afford it, and if he does date his type, then he's going to be giving up his money and all of this other stuff. So he stays in a space where he's dating less desirables because that's easy, lower hanging fruit. Carrie, what are your thoughts on him saying that he doesn't date his type because he might be a little bit financially challenged?
Was that a car seat in the back? I couldn't tell. It looked like a car seat. But anyway, I mean, I think that that's actually pretty responsible of him. I think that that was a good assessment of his behavior.
Carrie,
What?
really?
No, that's horrible.
No,
Okay.
let her have her opinion. Let her have her opinion. Go ahead, Carrie.
That face.
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead,
Um,
Carrie.
Not on Team
because
Carrie tonight.
be, beyond him mentioning the money, I actually heard more than that. To me, it sounded like his type is very surface level and very, from his standpoint. I'm not saying all women that he described are like that, but it sounds like what he is attracted to is very like shallow and very base level. So beyond, I now open up my pockets, I spend money I don't have, I basically become, I start, what would y'all say, simping for these chicks. I'm acknowledging that for whatever the reason, that's what happens. And a lot of these women are mean. Did he say mean or not? I think he said mean or whatever. Like, there's really, beyond the looks, there's nothing that I really get from them. So I'm going to move my interest elsewhere. I don't see anything wrong with that. Like, if you see that something is not good for you, and in your eyes it's not good for you, regardless of what other people think, if I think something's not good for me, and I call myself on it and I remove myself from it, I think that that is pretty responsible of your own behavior.
I don't. I think it's running from your problems. I think you probably need to sit in that shit and just have some discipline and not do it. Would probably be the more adult thing to do. You're just running from your problems, is what I see.
It doesn't seem like the way he described who he's interested in, he wasn't speaking highly of them and saying like, dang, I can't measure up. Like, you know, these are awesome women. And they like, he described them in a very low kind of a way beyond they look good. So why should he just stick it out if he doesn't even think that they bring that much value?
You don't think that the bigger issue is that he's willing to spend money on this low hanging fruit, though?
Yep.
No, I don't. I don't think that.
So wait, back up for a minute. So you think that the women that are the low hanging fruit is cool for him to spend money on, but the women that are intelligent that can add value into his life?
He didn't say that. The way he described it. One,
he described who a bad bitch looked like that, and he was like, "Listen, if she wanted, give her a credit card or whatever, so on and so forth."
How does that make? Okay, so are we saying that the bad bitches are low hanging fruits or are not? Who are you referring to as the low hanging fruit?
You want me to play it again for you?
Well, you're the one guy that seemed like these women were surface level, Carrie. You did that. No one else did that.
Play it again.
He just didn't say anything about those women beyond their features.
Listen to how he describes the women he's attracted to.
He's speaking in
versus when it doesn't matter. He's talking about himself. I'm going off of what he is describing as his experience with the women he normally targets or is attracted to versus the women that he's saying he's now going to focus on. And to me, once you get beyond how they look, he described the women that he normally goes towards, to me, not in the best light. And he described the women he normally would not go towards in a better light. So if you're saying low hanging fruit, meaning it's easier for him to get those women, fine. But I don't think that the women he was describing that he's not normally attracted to is low hanging fruit because they're like not worth something. So to say like, do I think he should spend more money on them as opposed to the girls who look better? Like, I don't even, that's weird to decide who you're going to spend money on based off of how they look anyway. But I don't see why he should stick with women who all he does is spend money and it doesn't seem like he's getting any return from. Like, why stick it out? Why can't he move his interest to some area that better serves him?
That's not
like,
what
y'all
he said.
talk about,
he said
that's what I heard.
That he don't date them because he can't afford to.
That was one of the things he said.
Can we replay it?
Sure.
Absolutely. 100%. I'm gonna replay it and I'm gonna come to you, Shannon. Let me share my screen. Give me a second. I gotta pull it back up.
Did he got on makeup?
Huh?
He got on makeup?
Who got on makeup?
The nigga in the video?
No.
Oh, he's just a regular dude.
That nigga got on makeup. Like,
no, he ain't got on no makeup.
Look at this nigga. That's makeup, man. Stephen A. Smith style.
No,
that nigga casket fresh, nigga. That's what nigga.
I seen a post from a
dead body
that said the real reason she doesn't date attractive men is because basically, once you her type, you can get away with almost anything, and I 100% feel that. Like, I'm not gonna say I date ugly women because I don't, but like, I stay away from my type because my type has me spending money that I don't have, skipping work that I need to be doing, mentally going through all the fucking loops, and I don't want to go through no more circuses. I don't want to chase nobody. I only want what wants me. So I'm not going after my type, and my type is the traditional bad bitch, and I think that's everybody's type. But the bad bitch has a worse personality. That's all I'm saying. So I like women that like me as much as I like them, as well as have personality to go with looks, have smarts to go with looks. Like my type, all you got to do is be light skin, curly hair, and a nice body and a pretty face, and boom, here's my wallet. Here it all. Oh, you need your nails done? Don't worry, I got it. And nigga, I don't got it. I really don't got it. So that shit is like detrimental to my life. So I stay away from them.
Okay, so what I hear is he just requires less from less attractive women.
No, he
I
y'all
mean,
y'all just
all I
want
hear is I hear a reformed trick. I hear a man that was a trick, that was like he thought these women were bad bitches, like he said. He was spending his money on it. He learned from his mistakes, and he said, "I'm not going after that no more. I don't want to f with that no more, because they put me in financial deficit." So it sounds like he changed. That's all I hear is a reformed trick. That's
I
all I
don't hear that. I hear that he's limited by his ability to still trick.
Like if he had it, he'd
That's
probably
what
still
I
do that.
heard.
Yep.
Exactly. That's what I heard.
so y'all didn't hear him say that he'll be missing work. Y'all didn't hear him say that they have the worst personalities. Y'all didn't hear him say any of that. All y'all
But he
heard is
did. He
money.
didn't say that. Yeah, I hear all that. But what I'm also hearing is him not saying that he wouldn't do it. I hear him say maybe I have additional
So if he
context.
had the money, he would do it still.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
All right.
So
So no
here, I'll
reform,
share
no
his
reform.
profile.
He just don't have the money.
I can share his profile. I'll pull it up in a minute. Y'all can go ahead and keep talking.
I commend him for knowing what he can afford and knowing his behavior. You know, I always say like women are like cars, you know, on the basic level, they all kind of do the same thing. And you start out with your lower level cars, you know, you might go get a Kia, you can start moving up, get your little Honda, you move up a little further, get a Mercedes. Just because your type is a Bentley doesn't mean you can afford the upkeep and the maintenance on it. So you go back to that Honda lot and you afford what you can. So I appreciate that.
Is that they type though?
Well,
Because I
and
mean,
just because
listen,
he spends money
everybody.
on them doesn't mean that they're higher quality women. He said all you have to do is be light skinned with curly hair and a nice body. That those could be trash women. So just because they are his type doesn't mean and he gives money to them doesn't mean that they are these high quality women that you should be spending your money on. So they might not be a Bentley. They might be a
Well, he's saying they're
Kia
Range
that
Rovers
he's
and
just
he's having
willing
to
to
spend that money and he's
spend a
wasting
bunch
his
of
But
money
money.
he's
on.
saying that that's his type. He's saying that's what he wants. So
No, I
that's
get that, but I get that. I'm just saying the implication, and maybe I misheard what you were saying, Kim. Maybe I maybe
Kim
I
and
took,
Say Kim.
maybe I heard what you said incorrectly
women.
to say that these women are like higher value by you using the car example, but you might have been using it as an example of you just spend more money on these particular women. So if I had that wrong,
That's what I'm saying.
but
Molly, what's your thoughts on this? I want to get Molly in here too.
I don't think he should be dating any women. He lives with his parents. He's in poverty. Why are you dating and you're in poverty? You could possibly shoot up the club by accident. That baby will be in poverty. Like why do we have to drag a woman along while we're under financial distress? Like why do you even have to why is it not the option just to take a break? Focus on yourself, focus on setting the foundation to where if you do get a woman, you can kind of get more of what you're looking for. But I don't like when men drag women along and they don't have anything going on for themselves. You can't afford yourself. You cannot afford a woman. It's okay to take a break, hit the gym, get a pen and some paper and write down some goals for your life. Like I don't know. Like I don't understand why people think that he should even be dating even somebody who is low hanging fruit. Unless you need her to pay your bills. I don't get it. But that's my 2 cents. I think he's too broke to date anybody, high or low.
I heard something totally different. I think the problem is like y'all not reading in between the lines. This is a war of psychology right here, and that nigga was reverse pandering because if you listen to what the fuck he was saying, he started dogging a certain type of woman that he already knows he can't have.
That,
So
that's
he's dogging these women, but he already know he can only get a certain caliber woman. So what he's doing is putting himself on a pedestal right below a certain type of woman so he can get some more pussy. That's
But it's
all
not.
these.
He said he can't get her though.
He trying to get some more pussy. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. He is trying to get some more. He just know he can't get these bitches that's way up here. He got to get the women that's down here. So that's who he's catering to.
But he
it,
can't
it's
get. He can't
no,
get him.
you're
He just run
exactly
out of
right.
money.
No, he
No,
can't get him.
Slimmy,
He's saying he don't want
you're
to.
exactly
He
right because, like I said, he said what he wanted. He cannot afford it, which tells me he's going to get a
Yep.
woman and kind of do what Molly just said. He's going to get the woman that he can afford, and as soon as he can afford the one he actually wants, he's going to drop her and get the one that he actually wants. And that we kind of talked about this last week, I believe, when we talked about what men, are men settling or not? It kind of goes back to that because he said exactly what he wanted, right? And it doesn't really go away when let's just say when you can't really afford the Bentley. The, the the thought of having the Bentley don't really go out your mind. You still want that Bentley, but you cannot have the Bentley. So you settle for, the Kia Genesis or whatever you can get. And
Not like
Shopping, nigga.
he
you
can
you
afford the bus. That's about it. He can't afford no
and you
Kia,
do what you
no
do.
Bentley.
But
Genesis
I don't know
about
if y'all want me to share this. He on here with his shirt off talking, but
nope. You good? Keep
nah.
it.
I know that Q Diddy and Slimmy is a little bit apprehensive about that. Slimmy,
Share what?
Slimmy just looking. What the fuck is going on, Slimmy?
What we share?
Slimmy, you all right? Slimmy, I can't
We
hear
can't
you.
hear you.
What do you mean he's on here with his shirt off? What are you talking about?
The video where he talk about how he living with his parents. I know that Slimmy and Q Diddy is a little bit. What the fuck happened with Slimmy?
And then I got another question, Anton.
Homophobic.
I got another question. Why is the woman that he wants considered the toxic one?
I don't think she is though.
Like
I
how
just
do
think
you
he's
like
using
how
the
do
word
you
bad bitch as in your body. You look good. Like he didn't. I just think like he's generalizing a whole group of women and y'all.
Yeah, because that's what I'm trying to say. Like it seems like because he can't have it or the ones that he's running to, because it almost sounds like when women do it to men. Oh, well, the men that look like this or the men that got the money are like this, that. No, you
I
just
think
can't
that's part of it, but
you just can't
Well,
get
I
those.
think he
well,
attracts toxic people.
no. Listen. Y'all want to have a real conversation, or
I'm
y'all?
about to say,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Carrie, what was you about to say?
let's
Carrie ain't having
let's
nothing tonight, nigga. She
well
on
no,
one.
I'm just saying, well, one he said is his type. So I don't know that it's like one woman in particular. And then two, I think he probably has pulled his type to have this mindset.
Peach
But
throat.
let's there are a lot of women with attitudes. There are a lot of women with
Self
some
included.
effed up personalities. I mean, I had to check my own personality at a point in time in my life. Like and I know that it's not all or nothing, but I think it's reasonable that he may have encountered some women who look really good, having a bit of a messed up attitude
You could be down
or
here.
personality.
He's saying to me it sounds like he's saying the same thing that women who seem like they want that same type of guy and don't understand what comes with it, right? And so he's saying that he wants the quote unquote traditional bad chick, right?
No, not
No, that's
traditional.
what he said. This is his
His
this is
words.
his words. He
But when
wants
I'm
it,
thinking traditional, I'm thinking something different. I'm thinking
but
traditional.
he said that. I'm going off what he
I
said.
know, but listen. This is what I'm saying. The context is When I think traditional, I think of a traditional type of woman. He's saying the traditional bad bitch.
Right. That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
completely different when we're using the term traditional, is all I'm saying.
But he said traditional bad chick, right? And then he said a certain look as well. So with that being said, he's had that girl, but he can't afford what comes with it. So that's why he doesn't like it. Because best believe, if he was able to afford it, he wouldn't even be talking about it. He's like, if I get this girl, then all my money
That's
gone.
what I'm saying though.
And he said he couldn't afford it.
This is
That's
where
why
my
he doesn't
problem
do it. He said that.
this is where my problem lies. Y'all don't think that it's problematic that it should come with a cost?
No, he didn't say that they're asking him for his money. He said when they light skin with curly hair, there go my money.
That's because
What
you
He's
should come
saying
with a
he's simping.
cost?
He's saying he's simping. He's not. He said nothing about the woman asking him for his money.
Well, in the
I
video,
don't I think
at one point he did say like, if she try to say something about my nails, I'm like, here, she ain't even got to ask. If she's just like here. That was
That's
one
on
part
him.
of the video where she was like, if she say, you got money for the nails, here my wallet. She don't even got to ask. I'm just gonna drop it in front. So it
Right, but
did
you
seem
don't
like
think a
she asked a
six
little bit.
will ask a 6, a 5, or 4 is going to ask to get their nails done?
that's
No,
what he's
fuck, hell no,
that's
hell
what he's
fucking no.
implying though, is he's implying he's not saying that he's not going to still talk to women. He's saying that I'm not going to talk to that type of women, those type of women, because of my financial circumstance. And that's what I find to be problematic, right?